The upcoming vote on more than 100 nominees is actually what I feared would happen when Senate Republicans violated Senate rules to fast-track nominees. This has opened the door to rushing through more extreme nominees who have one qualification for office. They are blindly loyal to President Trump. That extends to a man named Stanley Woodward, the nominee to be the number 3 official at the Department of Justice. Let me make this clear. Mr. Woodward is not even close to qualified. He has never worked at the Justice Department before this administration. What he has done is show his loyalty to Donald Trump by representing Trump associates for their roles in thwarting investigations into the president. As Associate Attorney General, Mr. Woodward would oversee some of DOJ's most critical programs, including the Office of Justice Programs and the Civil Rights Division. As a senior advisor to Attorney General Bondi, Mr. Woodward has already been involved in gutting these offices. The Trump administration has terminated hundreds of millions of dollars in grants administered by the Office of Justice Programs that support state and local law enforcement. The Trump administration also has gutted Civil Rights Division, which is known for years as the crown jewel of the Justice Department. About 70% of the division's attorneys have been forced out, 70%, and many remaining staff have been diverted away from crucial efforts to protect the civil rights of all Americans so long as they sign up for the mass deportation program of the president. Mr. Woodward also overruled antitrust officials to personally negotiate a settlement with lobbyists in DOJ's challenge to Hewlett-Packard's $14 billion acquisition of Juniper Networks. The acquisition resulted in 2 firms controlling more than 70% of the wireless network market, a market duopoly. Trump administration political appointees in the antitrust division who objected to this settlement, what happened to them? They were forced out of office. One of them said the settlement, quote, corrupt lobbyists with no relevant expertise are perverting actual law enforcement through money, power, relationships, and influence. Stanley Woodward perverted justice and acted inconsistent with the rule of law in this deal. I asked Attorney General Bondi about Mr. Woodward's involvement in the scandal. Crickets, no response, nothing to say. It is wrong to fast-track unqualified and unfit nominees whose only goal is to advance a political agenda at the expense of the American people. Previous Associate Attorney General nominees have received roll call votes on the floor of the Senate and the committee, of course. Take President Biden's nominee for this position, Vanita Gupta. In 2021, Republicans tried to filibuster her nomination in committee and then tried to shut down the committee business before we voted. On the floor, Republicans forced extra procedural votes to slow down her confirmation. Despite my frustration at the time with Republican colleagues for obstructing a highly qualified and experienced nominee to serve as Associate Attorney General, I never sought to short-circuit the constitutional responsibility of members of the Senate of advice and consent. Now, when the shoe is on the other foot, Republicans are intent on taking away yet another core duty of the Senate in deference to President Trump when they resume their minority positions in the future. I urge my colleagues to vote no on these nominations, and I yield the floor.